This is Coach Josh from Training for Warriors Portland, and today I want to talk about deadlifts and safety. So I got a couple of questions over the last few weeks about how to deadlift without banging up your knees. So a couple of people are asking about deadlifting in such a way that they don't whack their knees or they don't hurt themselves while they're picking the bar up off the floor. And because the deadlift, when you lift the bar, it's so close to your shin, I can see why this would be an issue or a question. But then what's interesting is when I actually get people onto the platform in the dojo here, they're not actually doing a true hinge pattern in their deadlift. And what I mean by that is, well, what you'll see in a second here. So if you've been hitting your shins or banging your knees on the deadlift, check out what I'm about to do, and I may, just through a couple of demonstrations here, fix any little problem that you might have had, and may even allow you to lift a little bit heavier. So, well, people say that they hit themselves with the bar on the deadlift, and then they come in and they start working. What I see happening is people lining up next to the bar, and then they squat down to grab it, just like this. And so, you know, if I'm down here in this position, my knees are already out in front of the barbell, and if I pick up the bar, I'm going to whack myself immediately. Even if I try to reach my butt back a little bit after takeoff here, I'm still going to thwack myself in the shins. Even, you know, if I look on some magazines or online, you might see some people deadlifting like that, which, in my opinion, isn't a real deadlift. So, you know, the deadlift is a hip-dominant movement, which means that I'm going to be hinging at the hip here, bending the knees. Even though they're involved, they're not involved very much. So I don't want to be squatting down into this position. I want to be hinging into my hamstrings, my powerful hamstrings and glutes, so that I can be really strong and safe simultaneously. My back is at a flat angle here, and I'm going to bend the knees just enough to be able to pick up the barbell, but I'm not bending my knees so much that I'm really squatting it off the ground. It's a real subtle distinction, but it allows you to be strong. Here's what it looks like when you're executing it. It looks like this. I'm going to reach my butt back high, keeping that chest above my hips. I can almost touch the bar right now, and I'm barely even bending my knees. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to bend my knees just enough to be able to grab it, slide smoothly up. That's one. Boom. That's two. So that hinge pattern is really what the deadlift's all about. I'm working all the muscles in the posterior chain. Powerful glutes, hamstrings are doing most of the lifting, but lats, triceps, grip, shoulder, everything is really involved. And that's what allows the deadlift to be both strong and safe. And if you don't look like that when you're deadlifting, take it back to the lab, because you're missing out, on most of the benefits, strengthening that back and getting you really stable. And that, you know, a strong deadlift is something that will keep your back healthy for years and years and years to come. So deadlifting well means not only are you safe when you're doing the movement, but you're also safe, you know, in the long run. You're also bringing yourself less risk and giving yourself a chance to prevent injuries in the future. So hinge, don't squat into your deadlift. I hope that helps you eliminate some safety issues you found in the deadlift. But if you have any other questions, as always, hit me up. You know where to find me online, on Facebook, trainingforwarriorsportland.com. This is Coach Josh helping you deadlift strong so you can bring out the warrior within.